Dear students, I am back again. In the present lecture session, I am going to discuss about learning curve, which is very important concept of microeconomics and managerial economics. So without delay, let us start. Learning by doing is the idea that we learn more when we actually do the activity. The American philosopher John Dewey first popularized learning by doing model. For Dewey, this meant a heavy emphasis on student engagement. This approach upended the traditional notion that learning happens through lectures and rote memorization. I would like to give you two examples, one related to musicians and another related to bicycle learning. Imagine that you are a jazz musician looking to understand how chords relate to one another. Traditionally, you might play the chords over and over again alone in the studio. With the learning by doing approach, you could gain a basic understanding about the chords and then stage to play the chords as an improvised piece with other musicians. Active engagement facilitates deep learning and encourages mistakes. Those wrong chords and how to learn from those as well. মই আৰু এটা এক্সাম্পল দিব বিচাৰোঁ। আজিকালিতো ল'ৰা বা ছোৱালী প্ৰায়ভাগে স্কুটি চলাব জানে বা টু হুইলাৰ চলাব জানে। এতিয়া মনত কৰা, সৰুতে যেতিয়া বাইচাইকেল শিকিছিলা তেতিয়া কি হৈছিলে? তেতিয়া তুমি প্ৰথমতে বাইচাইকেল চলাবলৈ চেষ্টা কৰিছিলা, পৰি গৈছিলা, তাৰ পাছত আকৌ উঠি পেলাই আকৌ চেষ্টা কৰিছা, আকৌ ফেইল হৈছা, পৰি গৈছা, তাৰ পাছত এনেকৈ চেষ্টা কৰোঁতে 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 কি কৰিলা? বাইচাইকেল চলাব পৰা হ'লা। এতিয়া স্কুটি বা মটৰচাইকেল চলোৱা। সেইটোৱে হ'ল কথা। তুমি এতিয়া বাইচাইকেল এদিনতে শিকা বস্তু নহয়, হয়তো তোমাৰ চলাওঁতে চলাওঁতে লাহে লাহে তুমি পাকৈত হৈ যাবা বা এক্সপাৰ্ট হৈ যাবা। So this is another example of learning by doing. তোমালোকে সঁচাকৈ ভাবিছা যে why Rafik sir is saying about bicycle learning, musician, এইবিলাকৰ লগত আমাৰ মাইক্ৰ'ইকনমিক্সৰ লাৰ্ণিং কাৰ্ভৰ কি সম্পৰ্ক আছে বাৰু? সম্পৰ্ক আছে। The entire learning curve concept is based on learning by doing model. Learning is the product of experience. If experience in this context can be measured by the amount of a commodity produced, then higher the production is, then lower is per unit cost. The consequences of learning are similar to increasing returns. First, the knowledge gained from working from large scale production is not forgotten. Secondly, learning increases the rate of productivity. Thirdly, experience is measured by the aggregate output produced since the firm first started to produce the product. Learning by doing has been observed when firms start producing new products. After they have produced the first unit, they are able to reduce the time required for production and thus reduce their cost of production. For example, if a firm manufactures airframe, the fall observed in the long run average cost is a function of experience in producing one particular kind of airframe, not airframes in general. One can therefore draw a learning curve which relates cost per airframe to the aggregate number of airframes manufactured. So far, since the firm still manufacture them. Let me move to the next slide. In this slide, I am showing you the learning curve, which is downward sloping, and this relates to the cost of producing of a given level of output to the total level of cost. Growing experience in making the product leads to falling costs as more and more unit is produced. When the firm has exploited all learning possibilities, costs reach a minimum level, M in the figure you can see. Thus, the learning curve is L-shaped due to learning by doing. With this, I conclude this presentation. As I always say, if you have any question or query, please feel free to send to me via email or WhatsApp. Thank you so much. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.